Good morning. Today is Thursday, November 14th. This is Wake Up with KERA News, and I'm Andrew Garcia. Today we'll see clear skies and temperatures in the low 70s, and that's a trend that should continue into the weekend as well. After 2 years, the only Black-owned bookstore in Farmers Branch has closed its doors. It's a decision the store's owner made to keep her family and her community safe. How the choice is reshaping her future. That's after today's news. A lawyer for Dallas short-term rental owners argued at a court hearing yesterday that ordinances limiting short-term rentals amounts to a complete ban. STR owners are challenging the legality of two regulations passed last year. The policies exclude those rentals from single-home residential areas. Dallas residents like Olive Talley say rentals in their neighborhoods have caused nuisances and are safety concerns. But lawyers for STR owners argued the limitations would lead many to bankruptcy. A proposed charter school in Ferris plans to partner with the city for its creation. Longtime Ferris ISD Administrator TJ Knight is the head of Leaders at Heart Academy. He says the school will use city services like maintenance and finance to save money, and the academics will focus on innovation, such as a dual language program. The school is set to open in Ferris in 2026 if the state approves its charter this summer. The first Black-owned bookstore in Farmers Branch has closed its doors after only 2 years. KERA's Zara Amechi reports, after experiencing harassment and threats, its founder isn't giving up on the dream.
At Blacklet's second anniversary party last month, the small bookstore in East Farmers Branch was packed with customers. Vendors displayed their crafts as families flipped through books. But what was supposed to be a celebration was bittersweet. After months of harassment from a neighbor and issues with building management, founder and CEO Nia Taylor Clark had recently announced the store's closure, a blow to the Black community seeking spaces that represent them. For people like Stavion Willis Hill, Blacklet's closure feels like a setback.
This is a space that gives voice even without talking.
Supporter Alindra Ford says this isn't the end, but a reason for more spaces like Blacklet.
Like, this is a space for God's people to come and to enjoy Black culture, Black literature.
Clark started Blacklet as a subscription box service in 2019 after the former teacher heard a student say they didn't read because they were Black.
And I just didn't want my son to become my 10th grade student or anybody else's student. I just wanted them to start seeing themselves in books, to know that literacy was for them too.
The service took off when it was ranked the second best by Oprah magazine. With orders overflowing overnight, Clark opened a physical store in 2022, focusing on supporting fellow Black-owned businesses.
And just where Blacklet is located now, the businesses that are opened are owned by Black women. So we're surrounded by neighbors that look like us.
But running a bookstore brought challenges. As a first-time store owner, Clark dealt with financial strains and lack of proper resources for management. Safety issues also escalated. Clark says a male neighbor began to stalk the store, attending women-only events and making sexual advances towards the attendees.
We just thought it was like an uncomfortable coincidence, if you will. But then it got to the point where we could clearly see this is not a coincidence.
Police were dispatched to Blacklet at least 5 times between February and October, but officers told Clark they couldn't make an arrest without clear grounds. They advised her to first notify building management, but she says they were no help either.
It seemed like if they were annoyed, to be honest, like that she has to deal with this.
Clark quickly learned the struggles of running a Black-owned business aren't new in North Texas. Emma Rogers, who founded Dallas's first Black-owned bookstore in 1977, Black Images Book Bazaar, faced similar threats.
I treated every threat seriously. I didn't take anything for granted.
Rogers isn't surprised by the harassment Blacklet faces today, but she's disheartened by the lack of support.
I don't know why America is so threatened by Blacks being successful.
There are about 160 Black-owned bookstores in the U.S., according to the African American Literature Book Club. Clark says closing Blacklit is bigger than losing a business. It was a step to protect her family and the community she built.
And as a mom, I can't wait for worse. Like, it's worse now.
After months of harassment, Farmers Branch Police issued her stalker a criminal trespass warning. Clark has since obtained a temporary restraining order against him. Building management told KERA in an email they, quote, moved to evict the individual but can't act until the court issues a judgment.
What I don't want is for anybody to say they didn't know.
Now without the store, Clark faces an uncertain future, potentially moving back home with her son and relying on family while planning Blacklit's next chapter.
That was KERA's Zara Amechi reporting. The Stars play the Boston Bruins at the American Airlines Center tonight at 7 o'clock, and the Mavs are away tonight. They'll take on the Utah Jazz. Head to Fort Works Art to check out the artist exhibition Ban This Show. The show features more than 30 international artists who aim to challenge and disrupt established narratives with their work. For more information and other things to do, visit kera.org/calendar. Thank you so much for listening to Wake Up with KERA News. I'm your host, Andrew Garcia. The show was produced and edited by Shardae White and Bekah Morr. For more news in your inbox, visit kera.org/wakeup. That's where you can subscribe to the Wake Up with KERA News newsletter, written by our colleague Catherine Hobbs. Connect with us on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook at KERATX, and we'll see you tomorrow.